Emanuela, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about how we've been able to revolutionize the real estate industry with some amazing new tools on the market. You are a powerhouse when it comes to the real estate industry, and you are amazing at being a real estate strategic marketing growth expert. And I know when you joined Zepto Real Estate, you were able to do something amazing, and that's completely transform the way that they do business, the way that they automate their systems, and just overall the way that they sell. And so I want to talk to you today about how you were able to discover some amazing tools and how you were able to have a major impact on their bottom line revenue and make it grow, right? And I know real estate is a hot topic, and especially places like Tulum and other places in Mexico that are furiously developing and looking for solutions that are actually working. And so I would love to talk to you today about some of those tools you used, how real estate agents can change their marketing department and actually implement systems that work, and how you're able to essentially move into this next era of technology and be empowered with tools like AI to change the game. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dina, for this great introduction. I'm so excited to be here and be sharing more about what I found out in this month, specifically really taking care of the luxury market here in Tulum, and at the same time of other projects that are more tailored to first-time investors, and now AI solutions have really been changing the business. So I'm quite excited because this is really a revolution and it would make a difference in so many other businesses. So I'm so grateful to be here and have the chance to share about, our latest discovery and the latest things on the market that have been really game changers. So
amazing.
Thank you.
I'm very excited to have you. And so when it comes to Tulum, I know that this is an amazing new kind of ideology that's coming to market. You kind of have something that's able to cater to anybody, right? You have the luxury and you have like more of the kind of cost-effective solution. And one of the things that we're seeing with community-based living is that people are really emphasizing the ability to feel like they're part of a living environment. They feel connected. So how does Tulum actually effectively deliver that?
Yeah, so the idea behind Tulum was really to create a space where locals can live, and people that love Tulum and love the lifestyle of Tulum can actually call it home, and at the same time also have the possibility to make revenue not just on long-term rental but also Airbnbs.
Wow.
So that's why the units are designed to be 2 bedrooms with the possibility of lock-off, so that someone could buy it and then rent the lock-off studio and basically live there while someone else is renting. That is perfect for high season, for instance. And at the same time, for buyers that maybe it's their first investment and they have a different budget, they can also just get the studio option or the 1 bedroom.
Amazing.
Yeah, the idea is really to create a space. In the end, when the project will be fully finished, it will be 6 towers and many different amenities. And the amenities are really thought to bring to the people something that it's missing in Tulum. For instance, there will be a pet park, and so many people here have dogs, and no one knows where to walk their dogs, like to let their dogs run free, And then there's, of course, pools, co-working. So the idea is to really create a space that has a lower entry ticket for investors that really allows a higher range of people to actually buy a property in Tulum.
I love that.
Yes, and this is amazing. And this is like our, let's say, most accessible ticket. And then at the same time, we have Consciente, which is a luxury community.
Yes.
So we're really focusing on building communities, but building communities that are for different type of people and that allow everyone to really make Tulum home and create the surroundings that allow that to flourish.
If people were interested in the real estate market in Tulum, and you get like a lot of these people asking questions every day, what do you think is the biggest like misbelief that people have about the Tulum market that you could kind of help break that misnomer now?
Well, there's several. I think lots of people are scared when it comes to investing in Tulum because people have been really building like crazy. But they have been building like crazy, just building the exact same product, which is this like very standard 1 bedroom or studio for Airbnb, where there's just like one apartment next to the other. and they all look the same,
Yeah.
and there's just very few amenities. So I think right now the market is changing a lot because there's a lot of people that are bringing more focus into luxury villas and luxury developments that are actually really sustainable and conscious. And at the same time, projects like Tulum, that yes, they are it's towers and there's apartments, but the price is much lower.
Yeah.
Because the idea is to really allow Mexican and really anyone that wants to invest here to have the possibility to get an apartment
Right.
for a price that is not crazy and at the same time offering quality.
Absolutely. And I think having that feeling of community when a lot of people are internationally based is so crucial. But I love that you kind of cater to a market that really prioritizes the sustainability factor with Consciente. And I love that it's more focused on those people that are into that really highly elegant design, being able to be infused with nature, but also people that want that luxury feel. Because I think we do have that a lot in Tulum, and people that love to embody that within their living space are the perfect type of people that would be attracted to this new movement that you're creating.
Yeah, and also something else that I want to add, I think real estate, of course, means growth. And at the same time, it's also inevitable that there's some sort of destruction that happens when you're destroying the land. And this is, as much as you try to preserve, there's always a percentage that you're still impacting.
Yeah.
So that's why at Zepto, we thought that for us it's really important to give back. And for every luxury villa that we will sell, a part of this money will go to building a community center.
Wow.
Where we want to build a school and to really start creating something. I know there's other people that are doing that and other beautiful projects.
Yes.
So to really bring this standard that as much as we get growth from one side, we also want to help the community grow in another way.
Yeah.
So really giving back to Tulum.
I love that you're doing that because I think with the trajectory that you're now on with embracing these tools, I see you guys being a leader in Tulum real estate and development, because the fact that I think a lot of people here in Mexico are looking for sustainable solutions for growing their business. And unfortunately, there's just a lot of modernization that needs to happen locally so that it can actually thrive and grow and to have effective solutions. So I think that on this kind of path that you're going forward, you could be a leader that's able to embody this new kind of method and to be like the leaders to pave the way in what you're doing, which is embracing AI and technology into the systems that help you grow.
Yeah.
And so I think you're going to probably see a lot of people wanting to learn your solution, the method that you used. And so Emanuela, kind of perfectly segueing into the fact of growth and abundance. And that's one of my philosophies about AI, is that it actually gives us those opportunities to prioritize things that are important, like community, like giving back, because you can't give back. It's like when you're on an airplane, they say, give yourself the air first, then give it to others, because you really have to make yourself a sustainable, growing business before you can think about giving back. And I know that just recently we introduced WhatSnap to you and to Zepto. And I want to ask you about some of the changes that you've seen now that you've embraced AI into real estate.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to kind of segue the conversation into how it's affected your business.
Wow, it's like, this is a very long conversation because already it's been amazing. I mean, first of all, I was used to make for my clients, and also when I first entered Zepto, the first weeks, the classic ads that have a form. And the form asks your name, phone number, email. And then there's always a couple of questions just to filter better the lead.
Yeah.
So if they're looking for a property for investment, or if they want to live there, or if they're brokers. And of course, this is done so then the person that received the leads doesn't have to contact people that maybe are not interested or don't have the budget.
Yeah.
Because a person that gets to contact all these leads, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So, of course, I saw that there were leads coming in, but then the response rate was very low. Like maybe out of 10 leads, maybe 2 were actually answering.
Wow.
Now, since we implemented WhatsApp, it has completely changed everything. Because, first of all, it's not that the lead answer or not, it's the leads that send you a message. The person sends you a WhatsApp message.
Yeah.
And then immediately, within like maximum 2 minutes, here is the AI agent answering.
Exactly.
And the AI agent is answering in a way that is incredibly engaging, incredibly human. And And the conversation have been, I mean, I literally have the CRM app on my phone and there's constantly notification of people that are answering.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have time to put together data because we were just so busy having calls and really also optimizing, together with you and your team, the agent, because it's just been so fast.
Yeah. Wow, you said so many things that make my heart just like light up. So obviously when you go into business, your main goal is to help people like you are.
Yeah.
And so to hear that it's helping your business thrive and grow is just so fulfilling on every level. And we're hoping to impact every industry the same way.
Same.
But going back to the idea of running sales funnels in the past and losing out on so many leads, it's painful for realtors because you're playing with tight margins on the budget for marketing expenses and to go into your ad budget. And so, I mean, imagine you're losing half your leads by sending them to a sales funnel page. You don't know where they went. By the time they fill out the form and they're like clicking that like submit button and somebody actually gets them on a call, sometimes that could be, I mean, in a great optimized system, maybe a few hours, but in most traditionals, it's like 24 to 48 hours. And by then, that interest, that intrigue, that peak optimal time that somebody's like, that looks like something nice I want to look at, is gone.
Absolutely.
And they have a stat, I think it's something like after like the few first hours of seeing an ad, the chances of somebody responding to that inquiry goes down like 50%. So I call it DTC, which is direct to conversation. And this new method of direct to conversation using AI is no longer looking for people to do things the old way, which is traditional sales funnels, where you have a leaky funnel. And now it's going directly to what they believe to be is their new best friend, the person to answer all of their questions and to feel like because they're answering those questions and they feel like they're getting consistent responses, not somebody that's responding sometimes, then an hour later they're responding and they're like, well, never mind, I'm just going to ask someone else. They're feeling like they can build trust. Because really, if you think about what builds trust, it's consistent communication, right? And accurate answers. And so as they're building that trust, they feel like, okay, now I'm going to move forward. So imagine, I mean, now you're getting almost everybody having that conversation. The data that you're going to be able to collect on the leads that you're getting and know what are my leads looking for? Where am I losing some attention and some interest? And maybe instead of pitching these leads on this offer, I should say, well, give us the luxury villa as an option, right? So now you have more data to play with than just somebody that went to fill out a form and it's just a one-way conversation. Now it's a two-way conversation that's alive. And especially in real estate, it's a very living, active, fast-paced environment, right?
Yeah, of course. And people want to know now,
Yes.
They find a unit that seems interesting and okay, they want to know the price, they want to see the floor plan,
Yeah.
they want to see pictures,
Yeah.
and they want it now.
Yes.
And the difference has been incredible, honestly. It's like, because also the first week when we didn't have WhatSnap, I was actually sometimes replying to some clients I was there with my phone and answering messages while maybe it was on a Saturday, because also people love to talk about potential investment during the weekend because that's when they're free.
They have free time, yeah.
And imagine a salesperson or a broker that is actually on a Sunday morning at 8 a.m. there with their phone answering leads. It's impossible, because first you also got to have your own life. And second, you just might not be available to answer someone in that specific moment or having another conversation. And all of a sudden now there's WhatSnap, our AI agent, that is like constantly answering any time of the day and night. And also another issue is time zone, because sometimes they're making ads that are targeted to Europe or they're targeted to the US.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, the time difference with the US is not that, it's not as huge as with Europe.
Yeah.
But still, people need to be able to answer immediately. And when you consider that maybe you're speaking with someone in Milan, it's just going to be so complicated.
Yes.
So, I have to say that it's really been incredible to see the amount of conversation and how effective it is, and then to actually see the agent booking a call.
Yes, absolutely. And the fact that we don't just send a link to book an appointment, we have conversational AI to say, okay, I'm available between 2 and 3 p.m. How's that work for you? And see, I think a lot of people think, well, number one, if I have AI, I'm scared to, recommend it to my boss because I don't want to lose my job. But like you just said, you need to hire more people to take on all these new leads you're getting. So it's helping allocate time in the right way because it's empowering people. It's not necessarily eliminating their job, it's augmenting it. So they're super powered, but it's also helping people like yourself. Because imagine you had 3 kids at home, you have like something else going on in your life, and you're trying to answer a million questions. It just doesn't seem practical.
Sure.
And so the fact is, like, now that you can use this, I'm sure you've been able to like reallocate your time to things that are more high functioning in your business and be able to reprioritize and kind of buy back your time, right?
Of course. And, so right now I'm mostly overlooking everything and making sure that everything works great. And I'm always optimizing with you guys.
Yeah.
But now we have the new head of sales, and I mean, she's super busy right now because of the amount of calls and follow up that then it's needed for these clients once they already had the call.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine her to actually have to answer to all these leads. So she even told us, she just started like a week ago, and she was like, I'm shocked because in a year and a half in this other company, I've never seen this amount of leads coming in. So and actually very qualified because the campaign are pretty good, but then the AI agent is immediately doing the job of qualifying and then sending it directly.
And the big difference between what most people are doing in like kind of ubiquitously in business is like dispatching like bots. And I'm sure for you took a chance because people hear about AI all the time. But when they think about AI, they think robotic. They think like when you go to an FAQ section in a website and you're like, can someone just give me a human being, please? And so there's a lot of barriers we have to bypass, a lot of stigmas we need to break through where people just think, oh, AI is robotic. I can't have a personalized conversation, an emotional conversation. I can't talk about my dreams and aspirations with AI, but we make it so that people don't know. And we keep it very ambiguous because if we were to say straight out, this is an AI agent, people would treat it the way that their brain tells them they should. But when we let them know you're talking to somebody that represents a human, now they're having that same human-like conversation because they don't realize that the AI can handle that type of conversation. And the reason why is because we're not using generative AI. We're using agentic AI, which is giving us the framework for agents to have multiple tasks to carry out and even validate certain parts of the conversation, the tonality. And we even launched the new tool specifically just for you, but now we're launching it for all of our realtors, but it's called the validator agent. And that validator agent is like the lead head honcho that says, is this information correct? If we're sending out ROI, numbers, information, all of that. And it makes sure that they're given only correct information because people fear that AI might go rogue, they might lose control, and they're like, no, I need to be the one answering these questions. But really, AI is just as capable, if not better, because imagine having access to hundreds of properties and being able to give that data. We've seen some of our agents say, oh, and by the way, this property, I know you like Italian food, and so there's like 3 good Italian restaurants nearby. Who is going to ever do that? That's a human VA or, no one's going to put that amount of time and energy into acting like you're the only person on this planet. But AI will literally make you feel so special. And so I think that's what you're seeing now is like, because you took a chance with WhatSnap and you were able to think, okay, well, maybe this is like a type of AI I haven't seen before. Now you get to reap those benefits of seeing how amazing it really is,
Absolutely. And I mean, I've always been very fascinated about AI, since years. And I know now the capability that AI has. Yes. And it's nothing like this chatbot that you see on websites.
Yes.
So I mean, I've also been knowing these agents since a while, even when they were already in the testing phase. Yes. So I already knew the quality.
Amazing.
And then when it was the time to bring it into Zapto, I was like, okay, no doubt. I know that they are great because I've been receiving messages,
exactly.
when they were in the testing phase. And I couldn't even last year recognize that they were AIs.
Exactly.
So when it was the time that already I knew that the product was out on the market, I was like, okay, no doubt,
I love it.
So without even thinking, we started implementing it. And it's been just getting better and better.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think there's been, I need to check the right data, but maybe already 300 conversations. And there's not
300.
even a single person that has guessed or even thought that it was an AI.
Well, I want to tell you a little secret that we haven't revealed to you yet as to why you're seeing such amazing results with your ads and increasing your ROAS.
Okay.
And that's due to something we call our AI Pixel Optimizer. And this is something that happened very serendipitously because we realized that our AI agent was only sending the link to book or to get viewings from qualified leads. And because this was happening, it was telling Meta through the Pixel that you should send us more people like this.
Wow.
So we were actually able to optimize pixels using AI without spending any more money. Now your ROAS will increase by like 10% month over month. Your lead costs will go down because you're getting only the qualified leads with the right revenue, the right area, the right profile, and you're telling Andromeda, which is Meta's, AI, this is more of what I want. Keep bringing us more of these leads. And I'm sure in the past you were getting leads here and there, and that's what most marketers do. They don't really understand that there is a pixel being fired that tells Meta, keep sending me these kind of leads. And if you don't know how to control it, it's like a puppy. You have to train a puppy to tell it what you want it to do. And so when you tell it, yes, you're being good, it's going to do that consistently, right? And so that's why you've seen a huge improvement, and you're going to keep seeing where the ads cost will go down each month. You will, and so it's going to be insane.
Makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Makes so much sense because actually the costs are very low right now.
Yeah.
There's constantly conversation happening, so it means constantly leads coming in to the point that we didn't even have time to really focus on making a report on the data. We'll do it next week because we were just so busy engaging with not engaging, but like in the stage after the call is done. You know, and then something else that it's amazing is that everyone, I think, in real estate who has a CRM has some, we call it like zombie leads, these like contacts that are there sleeping and they probably were contacted months ago and they're there. And so we just started implementing the other day this outreach function that you have with the agent. So right now, not to risk being banned, if you send multiple messages, we're sending, I think, 30 a day.
Perfect.
And we had, I think we had 370 leads. So every day, the AI agent is sending messages to like 30 different contacts. And we already had so many calls from just this outreach operation.
I love
as we call
that.
it.
Imagine people have like probably thousands of leads that are just zombie leads. And you said like a couple of them already booked with you, right?
No more.
My
like,
gosh.
I mean, the first day, I think only 15 messages were sent. And already out of these 15, 4 people were like, oh yeah, we're still interested in investing. Can we chat more?
Oh my goodness.
It's been incredible.
Imagine you're just sitting on cash.
Exactly. And also imagine a human. How would a human do? Like you just have to write. I mean, of course, a person could do it. But it would be just so frustrating and a job that no one really wants to do.
Exactly.
Because you'll have to copy and paste a message to the CRM or save all the WhatsApp number on your phone. Like in this time, you could literally think about possible creative solution for you to sell more and then let the agent do that.
Exactly.
It's just like, I think people are scared that AI would take humans' job, but I don't see it that way, you know, because it's actually making people having better opportunities within their job because they can let the agent do the work that basically they don't want to do because it would be so time consuming and stressful. And they can be taking care of actually closing this deal when it comes to, having calls or thinking about possible creative idea and collaborate with the marketing.
Exactly.
And because they see, okay, things are going great. How can we be even better?
Yeah. I think we're asking the wrong questions and responding incorrectly when we think about AI because we think about, oh, it's going to take my job. I think the right question is why am I doing this job?
Exactly.
And it's like, we think about like if we had somebody that was literally like copying and writing something and copying, but a printer does that. So why would a human do that, right?
Same.
But we don't think about it any differently when it comes to like what AI is able to now accomplish.
Same.
And so I think we're actually getting back to more human valued activities and being able to really prioritize where we spend our time. Like you said, like we can work in our business or we can work on our business. And the way that we're able to grow is when we're working on it. And one thing I want to just mention is if you were to keep using WhatSnap for the next like 3 or 4 months, you've only been using it for a couple months now.
Yeah.
We have some amazing clients joining us, but I think overall, I see such great things happening for all the realtors. Where do you think your company will be if it continues on this trajectory of accomplishment?
I honestly think that we would not really need so much. You know, a lot of real estate company, they sell with external brokers because external brokers have contacts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as much as we have some really amazing external broker that have been working with us, I feel that we're coming to a point, well, in 4 months or in a year for sure, we will be in a point that we have so many internal leads that we can actually really give these leads to brokers and finding ways so that we can be
like a hub,
like a hub, exactly,
for sure,
of leads.
Yeah. And what about like your bottom line? Do you see it significantly in changing revenue that you could do things you couldn't do before?
For sure, because I mean, before we didn't have the capacity to really, I feel, implement such powerful marketing strategies because, you know, you can have campaigns that work well, but then if you don't contact immediately the lead, then, well, you're losing money.
Yeah.
So right now, we have basically a lead making machine.
Exactly.
And I'm already impressed by all the meetings that are being booked. So I'm definitely expecting much higher revenue in terms of sales.
Yeah.
And also right now we have been using the agent only for Tulum, which is our like first kind of investment product. But we're finding ways within the company now to also then use it for luxury product and also for this outreach.
Yeah.
Because actually now we have some news coming up or other different products that we will be selling inside Zepto, basically expanding into different areas.
Yeah.
So we can send an outreach to all our clients by saying, hey, would you be interested, you know, since you bought your house, now we're also making furniture. Would you be interested in having your furniture made by us?
Yes.
And here the agent can send 50 messages a day.
Yes.
To like, you know, the entire file of people that have bought apartments.
Yeah, you can continue to nurture those leads over time because you just click one button and it's able to have a mission and carry out that mission for you. And just going off of what you said about the fact that you can start it with entry level, but then it's used throughout your whole ecosystem. So when you have your properties filled up, now how do you create community? Well, you can have your agent be that amazing service provider that's always giving great feedback, putting in work orders for the community, making it a truly luxury experience, even if it is the Côte Tulum or if it's the high-end experience, right? And so we see a lot of luxury hotels and villas loving WhatSnap because they can give that white glove experience and people are blown away because they're like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting 24 hours service. They're perfect. I don't have to wait 5 minutes. It's like 30 seconds because of course, if you're responding right away, people know it's an agent or it's AI, but we actually time it to be so human. It'll show it typing, backspacing, typing, and it has that little bubble that like people will never know, but they will be raving. We get 5-star reviews for our clients every day because people are like, this is the best experience I ever had.
100%. And, you know, and going back to the question, you know, AI taking away jobs from human and so on. I actually think, I mean, I'm a big fan of like work-life balance, even though I work a lot. But, you know, for anyone that is in my team, I'm like, okay, if you need to rest. If you're a woman and you're on your period, please take the days off. But then in that case, you have an agent that is, as you said, you know, luxury concierge, answering 24/7, while the human can be home resting and maybe just checking, you know, that the conversation are all good, that everything flows fine. And in that way, you actually have the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
Because you have your
job.
You
don't lose.
Exactly.
It's
you
a
don't
win-win.
lose anything. Exactly. And the only thing you lose is like basically, I didn't phrase it well. But basically what I wanted to say is that all you gain is peace of mind. You get to rest and you know, and you're completely in full trust that your agent is taking care of everything.
Oh, Emanuela, you are so amazing. And I see you being a huge piece of the growth here in Tulum for real estate, advising, consulting, helping Zepto get to the next level of being an amazing hub of lead generation tools and systems that people can work with, collaborate with, and eventually even get Zepto certifications to work with you. All these things that are now possible because of you embracing AI. So just in closing, is there anything that you can say to the realtors out there, the real estate marketing agencies and the developers that are looking for solutions like this, looking for people like yourself that can give insight and that have kind of fell on the sword to try something new, take the risk and see the amazing benefit of it? What would be the closing kind of just statement that you'd have as advice for them?
Yeah, so what I would say for sure is like, don't be afraid to maybe explore something that can feel a little bit unknown. Because depending on the experience that someone has, that you might have with tech or with AI, you might be either more willing to try or a little bit more scared. But I would say there might be a little bit of a learning curve, even though you have incredible support. So because basically the WhatSnap team is doing everything for you. So really try it out. They have amazing plans, and it's really something that is going to change your business and is going to make a difference. And everyone within the company is actually going to be happier and more excited, because when you have clients and when you have leads, well, it's easier to sell. Yeah. So you're basically seeing real time people coming in, calling you, being interested, and this is because you've implemented something that is literally the future. Yeah. And that is going to place you in a much more advanced position, because, well, right now we're still the first. So we have a big advantage right now also to try and start bringing AI into business and into marketing and sales. So definitely, I don't know what I would do right now without WhatSnap. So definitely, if you want to have a successful marketing and sales strategy, give them a call. They are amazing. It's been really life-changing, to be honest.
Amazing.
And I used to work in marketing for real estate also in the past, and always the same challenges, and always seeing the same form and people not answering. And now this problem is gone.
Wow.
So it's like, the classic pipeline where you have the first stage lead answer. I completely deleted it right now from the pipeline, because you don't need that. It's the lead that is writing your message. So it's already answering. And then it's just the next step. And everything is like really effortless. So thank you for implementing something that it's truly revolutionizing the market for so many industries. Right now we're in real estate, but there's hundreds of ways these agents could be used. So
we can't wait to help people get their lives back and to still grow their business 10 times
100%,
bigger.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Emanuela. Your words have been truly moving, and I can't wait to continue to grow with you.
Thank you. Same. It's been amazing. And I'm so grateful for, this opportunity of being in this, basically the forefront of what's happening now in the world in terms of AI. So thank you.
Amazing. And in closing, if you guys want more information, please follow us on WhatSnap. If you're looking for more information, whatsnap.ai on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you'd like to find out more about the Zepto projects and Consciente,
then you can find us on Instagram at zepto.realty or on our website, zeptorealty.com.
And we'll see you soon. Cheers.
Thank you.